Hi, this is K4GMI. What you're looking at here is what remains of a 300-foot AM broadcast tower. Some kid in a pickup truck, when a ball game was letting out in DeLand, got into the back guy and brought the whole thing down amongst the people in the cars, but fortunately nobody was hurt in that incident. Steve, K4GMI, was looking for a tower, and so I contacted a friend of mine, and he came up with this one. So it was built new in 2004 because the existing tower AM broadcast was taken down by the hurricanes of that season. Steve is preparing the base foundation. And I'm not quite sure why he had his lovely bride down in the hole there, but I know he didn't leave her down there because she was around taking some of these pictures you're looking at. One of his boys leaning up on the form there, and getting it all in the hole and level and plumbed. The gravel is so that the water can drain out of the legs. The legs will stick down into the gravel, so the concrete won't block the drain. I have seen towers even this far south with water in the legs freeze and split the legs. It's hard to believe, but it can happen. Very good way to run your transmission line underground. That's what the PVC's for, and you can see his electrical in there also. This tower had 3 elevated points, and that's another good idea. It's a little more work to get everything up out of the way of the lawnmowers and the vehicles, but it makes it a little neater installation. There's Harold, Tom, and Sam with his back to us there, getting the pack rat ready to go. There's also Pat. And that's me on the left, and Harold in the background, and Tom working on the gin pole. Don and Josh helping us out. We're going to put together 60 feet of Roll 25 and use that for a gin pole. We needed about 22 foot of height above the top of the tower, so that gives us more headroom to set down 20-foot sections. Sam up doing something. We had a little side load when we went to pick the first 60 feet, so we ran some backstays off the top of the boom out to the side. Steve's setting one of the outriggers on the pack rat there, and you'll see we got a pretty wide stance, 80 inches each outrigger. It's the first 60 feet hanging on the line, and Sam is out of the picture to the left behind the pickup running the capstan. That's 5/8 poly rope that we're using to lift it. The guys are just walking the base in to kind of keep it out of trouble. And just about high enough to set it down on the bottom section. E.T., Josh, and Pat getting it lined up. It's still tied to the boom there, but we got the first level of wires were hanging on it when it went up. Tom and E.T. putting the section together. We've got about 180 pounds there on each one of those double sections. That one's showing a little of the damage from the fall, but that went up last, so it was no problem. And Sam's getting ready to hook up one of the first wires. That brown pipe there is temporary, and it'll come off, but the guy wire comes down over that and runs down to the back anchor hooked in with a come along. You can see there, and that allows us to do most of the work down on the ground level. Steve's got his transit set up, ready to check the plumb. The pack rat's folded up. We're done with that part. That's the skid rail on the bottom of the gen pole. We're using 2 ropes on this job. One to pick the sections, that's called the load line, and another one to jump the pole. We call it the jump line. K4MBC is going up with a level to check the plumb. And our local inspectors, Phil and Harold there. Make sure we get it all right. Now we're ready to set our pole. You'll see the top of the pole there. You can see the pole is as tall as the tower. Mike, a good friend of mine that's in the tower business, wearing the proper rigging. I'm old school. I'm just using well, it was one of those belts, but it gave me so much trouble trying to get it on. I just took an X-Acto knife to it and cut everything off except what I thought I needed. So that's the way I've always climbed. And I know I'm going to get cards and letters, but that's okay. I'm old enough that I don't have to put up with them. Now we're ready for the first 20 foot. And there it comes up. The bolts and the drift pins and all are in the bucket there. And you just grab it and swing it around. Let the winch do all the work. It got a little windy and it was time for lunch, so we came down, tensioned up the second level of wires, and we went back on Sunday. Weather cooperated. Finished it up on Sunday. At the top of the pole, we're getting ready to jump it to set the next section. Will take us up to 100 feet. And that's one of our brand new hams. Chad Thomas with Freedom Wi-Fi. He's going to help me work the top, and Steve, K4GMI, is going to work the bottom of the pole. For you photographers out there, that's a beautiful foreground framing shot. Watch out for falling objects. Come-alongs there to help persuade it to come together. You know, with those legs a little bit tweaked and make it a little bit tougher on some of the sections. We had to put a little force to get them down, even with all that weight. And here comes the last section. You can see the tag rope on it, and that helps keep it out of trouble on the ride up. Last one going on. Still need the guy wires. Steve's getting a ride down, but he's like me. He don't really care what you guys think about his improper riding the rope, but he has at least got the proper safety gear on. So hope you enjoyed the slideshow.